For years he complained that life had taken more from him than it had given. He said he felt invisible, tired, forgotten. But then he made one simple change. He decided to monitor his energy. Every morning he asked himself, what am I feeding today? Fear or faith? Hope or despair? Slowly his energy shifted. His conversations changed, his family began to notice, and within a year he was mentoring young people in his church, filled with a strength he thought he had lost forever. This is what happens when you reclaim your energy the moment you take responsibility for what you allow in and what you release out. You begin to redirect the current of your life. I want to hear from you. What is one thing that drains your energy the most right now? Is it worry? Is it regret? Is it the news? Or is it something else? Drop it in the comments. And if you agree with me that energy is contagious, type I agree, so others can see it and be encouraged to protect theirs as well. This is where the 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned earlier becomes essential. Energy is invisible, but it becomes measurable when you track it. Every evening write down where your energy went that day. Did you spend it on what mattered, or did you give it away to distractions? In just a few weeks you'll begin to notice the leaks. And once you see them, you can stop them. That is how you reclaim your power. Now listen carefully. Energy is not just about emotions or mindset. It is about alignment with timing. If your energy is not aligned when your moment arrives, you can miss what was meant for you. That is why this video found you, because your energy must be realigned before what is coming in 3 days arrives. Do you see it? This is not random. You are being prepared, and the preparation begins with how you manage the energy flowing in and out of your life every single day. We have spoken about spirituality and energy. Together they form the foundation, but they are not enough. The next key is even more demanding. It is about transformation, the painful but necessary process that turns energy into destiny. Without transformation, spirituality and energy will remain in used potential. And I will show you why so many people stop just before transformation, and how you can avoid their mistake. And remember, do not stop here. What I will reveal at the end is the reason this message has come to you 3 days before it happens. Stay with me, because the most important part is still ahead. If you are hearing my voice right now, it means something in your life is about to break open. But here's the truth. Most people will not tell you. Before the breakthrough, there is always the breaking. Before the light comes, there is always the tearing away of what no longer belongs. This is why you cannot afford to turn away from this message. What I am about to share may explain why you have suffered, why doors closed, and why so many things in your life felt like loss when they were actually preparation. I told you from the beginning, by the end of this message, I will reveal what is coming 3 days from now, and why this video found you before it happens. But you must understand this stage first. Without it, you will not recognize what's ahead, even when it arrives. The third key is transformation. Transformation is not comfortable. Transformation is not easy. It is the fire that burns away the unnecessary, so that what is eternal can stand. Have you noticed that in your own life, the greatest lessons were rarely learned in times of ease? They came in moments when you were oppressed, when you thought you could not endure another day, when you felt stripped of everything familiar. That is transformation. Here is a hidden truth. Transformation is never punishment. It is construction. You are not being destroyed. You are being rebuilt. But the danger is this. Many people give up in the middle. They stop before the building is complete. They walk away in the ashes, never realizing that the foundation of their future has just been laid. I want to ask you directly, and I need you to answer in the comments. Do you feel like you are in a season of breaking right now? If your answer is yes, type breaking. If you feel like you are coming out of it, type rising. And as you type, know that others around the nation are sharing with you. You are not walking alone through this fire. Now, listen carefully. Transformation is not optional in this moment of history. The patterns are clear, if you dare to look. Families are being tested. Communities are being shaken. Even the systems we trusted, financial, social, and even political, are being stretched to the breaking point. Why? Because they, too, are being transformed. But here is the warning. If you resist transformation, if you cling to what is crumbling, you will collapse with it. If you embrace it, if you yield to the shaping, you will stand when others fall. This is why you cannot afford to miss a single moment of this message. I read once about a retired firefighter from New Jersey. For 30 years, he ran into burning buildings to save others. But when he retired, he said he felt useless, discarded. He fell into despair. But one day, his pastor told him, the fire was never your identity. It was your classroom. Slowly, he began mentoring younger men, teaching them discipline, responsibility, and courage. His transformation wasn't about losing his past. It was about discovering his true role for the future. He told me later, Elon, I thought I had been reduced, but I had actually been refined. This video will find you exactly 3 days before something changes in your life. Not by accident, not by chance, but because you were meant to hear what I'm about to say. And if you skip even one word, you will miss the thread that ties everything together, and you will not understand the full truth waiting for you at the end. So do not skip, listen carefully. Now let me be clear. At the end of this message, I will tell you exactly what is coming. I will explain what is about to happen and why it could be the single most important warning you will hear in your lifetime. But you need to follow every part, every story, every lesson I give along the way. Each one connects like links in a chain. Miss one link and the whole message will break. Before we continue, I want to know something from you personally. Where are you listening to me right now? Drop the name of your city in the comments. I want to see seniors, families, communities from across this country and across the world speaking up, because what's ahead doesn't affect just one of us. It affects every one of us. And as you share, like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell, you are choosing to stay informed, prepared, and connected to a circle of truth most people will never hear. Let's begin with the first key, spirituality. Everything I'm about to share grows from this root. Without a spiritual foundation, all the technology, all the money, all the planning in the world becomes empty. The truth is this. We are not just living in a material universe. We are living in a deeply spiritual one. I want you to think about your own life for a moment. The prayers you've whispered in the middle of the night, the quiet moments when you felt a presence larger than yourself. Many people dismiss those moments, but I want you to know they are not illusions. They are signals. They are confirmations. America is at a crossroad, socially, economically, even spiritually, and the reason you are hearing my voice today is because you are part of a much bigger story. Spirituality is not about religion alone. It is about recognizing that you are connected to a divine order, an invisible current moving through every single one of us. Let me ask you something. Do you believe that your life has a purpose, that even the struggles you faced in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or even your 80s are part of a larger design? Tell me in the comments, yes, I believe I have a purpose, or I want to discover mine, because when you speak it out, you take the first step toward unlocking it. Now, I want to give you something practical. If you don't yet have a habit of journaling your spiritual insights, your prayers, and your daily reflections, I encourage you to begin with the 31-day daily high-impact planner. This is not about writing like an author. It's about recording your alignment. When you write each day what you are grateful for, what you are praying for, and what you are learning, you build a track record of your spiritual growth. Over time, you'll see patterns you never noticed before, patterns that reveal direction and clarity. I want to tell you something. Very few people understand most of what happens in the physical world begins in the spiritual world first. When a nation experiences crisis, when a family faces loss, when a person suddenly receives opportunity, these events were seated in the invisible long before they appeared. That's why this message found you 3 days before your turning point, because you need to be spiritually alert, because if you are asleep, if you are distracted, you may miss the very opportunity God is placing in your path. Let me share a short story. A woman in her late 70s living in Ohio wrote me once after hearing me speak about staying spiritually alert. She told me she had been discouraged, ready to give up on her dreams, but she began a simple practice. Every morning she would sit quietly, write one line of gratitude, and pray for wisdom. Within weeks, her relationship with her children transformed. Within months, a financial door she thought was forever closed reopened. She told me, "Elon, I thought I was at the end of my story, but I realized God was only beginning a new chapter." This is why I am telling you, do not underestimate the power of spirituality in this moment of your life. If you feel like the slingshot of your life has been pulled back, if you've faced loss, delays, or pain, it may be God preparing to release you forward with force. But you need to be spiritually ready when it happens. I've just shared the first key with you, spirituality, but that is only the beginning. Because in the next stage, we must talk about energy, the unseen fuel that powers your decisions, your relationships, even your future opportunities. Without it, spirituality alone cannot carry you. Remember, stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal then is not just a principle, it is a specific warning and a promise. And if you understand it, you will see your life differently, forever. Right now, as you're listening to me, something is already shifting around you. It's invisible, but it is real. Most people will ignore it. They will go on with their daily routines, blind to the fact that their future is being shaped without their awareness. But you are here. This message reached you because you cannot afford to stay blind. 3 days from now, you will look back at this moment and realize why you were meant to hear this truth. And remember what I promised, I will tell you what is about to happen by the end of this message, that truth is coming. But you must follow me step by step. Do not miss a single word. Everything I'm saying is connected, and if you miss even one piece, the whole picture will be lost. The second key is energy. Spirituality connects you to the source, but energy determines how that connection moves through you and into the world. Think of energy as the currency of your life. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every decision you make, it either deposits or withdraws from your future. And here is a truth few people ever hear, your energy is contagious. You are not only living with your own energy, you are constantly receiving and transmitting energy to everyone around you, your children, your grandchildren, your community. This is why some rooms feel heavy the moment you step inside, while others lift you before a word is spoken. Now here's the urgent warning, if you do not guard your energy in the days ahead, you will miss the opportunities designed for you. Some of you are unknowingly leaking your energy to fear, to worry, to endless hours of distraction, and when the moment of breakthrough comes, you will not have the strength to seize it. Let me ask you directly, and I want you to answer in the comments right now, do you often end your days feeling drained, as if something unseen has stolen your strength? If your answer is yes, type drained in the comments. If your answer is no, type strong. And as you see others reply, know this, you are not alone in what you are feeling. There is a hidden pattern most people don't realize. Major shifts, personal, national, even global, do not start with visible events. They start with energy. History proves this. Before every financial collapse, before every great revival, before every war, before every invention that reshaped the world, there was first a shift in energy. It was felt before it was seen. That is exactly where we are right now, and that is why this message has reached you today. I once heard about a man in Florida, 74 years old. This is where the 31-day daily high-impact planner becomes a lifeline. Transformation is messy. Some days feel like progress. Others feel like loss. But if you write down your reflections daily, what is breaking, what you are learning, and what is being built in you, you will see a thread you could never see in the chaos. You will see that you are not falling apart. You are being reshaped. Tell me in the comments, what area of your life feels like it's under construction right now? Is it your health, your family, your finances, your faith? Write it down. And when you see others' answers, reply with encouragement, because transformation is not meant to be faced in silence. It is meant to be faced in community. So far, you've seen that spirituality connects you, and energy fuels you. But transformation is the fire that shapes you, And yet, even transformation is not the final goal. There is something more pressing ahead, because what follows transformation is abundance, and most people have been lied to about what abundance really means. And hear me clearly. Abundance is not what you've been taught. The world has distorted it, turned it into a shallow pursuit. But the truth about abundance is far deeper, far more urgent, and tied directly to what I must reveal to you at the end of this message. That is why you cannot turn away. Do not skip. Do not dismiss this. What you have gone through is not random pain. It is precise transformation, and what waits on the other side could be greater than anything you've imagined. But you must stay with me to hear it, because in just a few moments, I will tell you what is coming, and why this video had to find you now, before it happens. I need you to hear me with your full attention right now, because if you misunderstand this next truth, your entire future could be shaped by an illusion. And if you understand it, truly understand it, then doors you thought were sealed forever will begin to open. But miss this, and you will walk right past the very opportunities you've been praying for. Abundance. That word has been twisted, corrupted, reduced to something shallow. Most people think abundance means more things, more wealth, more status. But let me ask you, have you ever met someone with everything the world celebrates, yet they still lived empty, fearful, and restless? That is not abundance. That is addiction disguised as success. Abundance is not the endless pursuit of more. Abundance is the alignment of what you carry inside with what is unfolding outside. It is when your life becomes fertile soil where meaning grows, not just possessions. Let me ask you directly, do you feel like you've been chasing, yet no matter how much you gain, it slips through your fingers? Be honest. If that's you, type chasing in the comments. But if you feel like you are ready to shift, to finally step into alignment, type ready. I want to see you. Others reading your comment will see you, and you'll realize you're not struggling alone. Here's the warning, no one else is telling you. The systems around us are designed to keep you blind to true abundance. Why? Because if you ever discover that abundance is not outside of you, but within you, you become unshakable. No crisis, no collapse, no manipulation can enslave a person who lives from inner abundance. Look around, markets are trembling, supply chains are breaking, communities are fracturing. These are not random events, they are pressure points, and people are being tested. Will they crumble, chasing false abundance, or will they rise with true abundance that cannot be stolen? Do you notice the pattern? Every collapse in history comes when people confuse possessions with purpose. Nations fall when they mistake greed for growth. Families disintegrate when they measure worth only by what can be counted. But those who understand real abundance, the unseen wealth of wisdom, faith, resilience, and clarity, they rise, they lead, they endure. This is why I keep pointing you back to the 31-day daily high-impact planner. Because abundance is not random, it must be cultivated daily. Write what you're grateful for. Write what patterns you are noticing. Write what truly fulfills you, not just what distracts you. You will start to see that abundance is already available, waiting to be multiplied when you choose to recognize it. Now I want you to drop this in the comments. What does abundance mean to you right now? Is it peace? Is it family? Is it health? Is it clarity? Write your answer one word. And when you see someone else's word, reply with encouragement. This is how we build not just a conversation, but a circle of strength. But I must warn you, abundance by itself is not the end. Because even if you step into abundance, there is a higher stage, a stage that determines whether abundance becomes fleeting or eternal. And that next stage is where most people are caught completely unprepared. That is why this message had to reach you before it happens. Because what I will share soon is not just information, it is a revelation. It is why this video found you now, and why you must not miss what is coming. Stay with me, because what I will reveal next will explain why the world feels like it's trembling, and why your life is being positioned for something no one is daring to talk about. Pause for a moment and listen carefully. Because everything you've heard so far leads to this fifth truth, where your position determines what you manifest. And I need you to hear this with urgency, Because if you are out of position, you will miss what was meant for you. Not because it wasn't available, but because you weren't aligned to receive it. Positioning is not just geography, it's not just being in the right place at the right time. It is a posture of mind, a posture of heart, a posture of decision. You can stand in the middle of opportunities every single day, and yet manifest nothing, simply because you're positioned wrong internally. Now, let me ask you, how many times have you felt like something good was about to come your way, but it slipped through your hands? Be real with me, type yes in the comments if you've ever felt that. And if you know deep down it's time to shift your position, type shift. Let me see you, let others see you. This is how we begin to break patterns. Think about it, a seed only grows when it is positioned in soil, not on stone. A ship only sails when it is positioned in water, not on land. The same is true for your life. Your gifts, your potential, your calling, they will remain dormant if they are misplaced. The tragedy is, most people never realize they are out of position until it is too late. This is where the danger lies. If you are not intentional with your positioning, you will unconsciously align yourself with the very forces that drain your destiny. You'll manifest fear instead of faith, scarcity instead of abundance, confusion instead of clarity, and the system is counting on you to remain distracted, so you never notice the misalignment. Do you notice the pattern? Those who succeed at the highest levels are rarely the most talented. They are the most positioned. They prepare before the opportunity appears. They stand ready before the doors open. That's why when the moment comes, manifestation looks effortless, but it wasn't. It was positioning all along. Here's what most people miss. Manifestation is not magic. It is the natural outflow of alignment. What you're positioned for, you eventually manifest. But what you resist positioning yourself for, you will forever chase, but never hold. And this is why so many are exhausted, because they are chasing outcomes without ever adjusting their position. This is why the 31-day daily high-impact planner matters more than you think, because positioning happens in your daily choices, in your daily focus, in your daily declarations. Right where you are right now. Right where you need to be. And every day, track how you are moving closer. You cannot manifest what you refuse to measure. Let me ask you this. What do you believe you are positioned for right now? Is it growth? Is it healing? Is it breakthrough? Or do you feel like you are out of place and searching for your right alignment? Drop your answer in the comments with one word. Growth, healing, breakthrough, searching. And when you see someone's word, respond. Speak life into them. Encourage them. That's how this community becomes a force of alignment together. But hear me closely. Positioning without the next truth will still leave you vulnerable, because what you manifest will either strengthen you or destroy you, depending on what governs it. And this is where most people are blindsided. This is why this message had to find you now, because what I'm about to reveal next is not just urgent. It is the most important truth of all. Miss it, and everything else collapses. Catch it, and it will change not only how you see the future, but how the future unfolds for you. Stay with me. What's coming will explain why your life feels stirred right now, and why this moment found you before the storm breaks. Everything I've given you so far, spirituality, energy, transformation, abundance, positioning, all of it points to one unavoidable truth, which is the sixth. Growth, legacy, and breakthrough are arriving in your life very soon. That is why this message found you 3 days before it happens. Listen now with absolute attention. What I say next will change how you act in those 3 days, and that will determine whether you step into the shift or miss it entirely. In 3 days, a pivotal shift will begin in your life. It will not be merely a change of circumstance. It will be a reordering, an opening for those who are prepared, and a loss for those who are not. This shift will magnify what is already inside you, your faith, your choices, your readiness. If you have laid spiritual roots, guarded your energy, embraced transformation, cultivated true abundance, and positioned yourself, you will receive breakthrough. If you have not, you will watch the opportunity pass. This is serious. This is immediate. This is real. Let me tell you about two people who received the same warning and chose differently. A man named Samuel was told this exact message. He prayed. He tracked his energy. He used the 31-day daily high-impact planner to record gratitude, decisions, and small moves toward alignment. When the shift arrived, Samuel recognized the pattern and acted. A modest invitation turned into a platform to mentor others. A saved relationship reconciled. His autumn years became a season of meaningful influence. He left a legacy of courage and clarity. A woman named Margaret heard the same warning and dismissed it. She told herself everything would work out later. She ignored her daily reflections. She did not protect her energy or change her position. When the shift came, doors opened for those prepared and closed for her. The cost was not only missed opportunity, it was regret that could not be undone. She later told a neighbor, "I wish I had taken that small step." That regret became heavier with each passing day. Which story do you want to be? Type prepared if you choose Samuel's path or regret if you recognize Margaret's warning. Your answer matters because you are making a public commitment to change. Here is a pattern rarely discussed. Major shifts are selective. They amplify alignment and reveal misalignment. They are not fair by human standards. They are precise by spiritual laws. The universe does not hand out equal outcomes. It responds to inner clarity and outward readiness. That is why the smallest practices you adopt now, a moment of prayer, a recorded reflection in the planner, a protective boundary around your time, will act as signposts to what comes to you. Do these 3 things in the next 72 hours. 1. Pray or sit in quiet for 15 minutes each morning. Ask for clarity and readiness. Write 1 sentence of gratitude. Use your 31-day daily high-impact planner for this. 2. Record 1 energy drain each evening in 1 energy deposit. Stop 1 small activity that steals your strength. 3. Make 1 positional move. Reorganize a space so you can receive what is coming. These are tiny actions, but their timing is critical. They prepare your hands to receive and your feet to move. In the comments, tell us which of the 3 actions you will do. Reply with 1 word. Pray, track, or move. When you see others' answers, encourage them. If you agree with this message, type, "I will prepare." If you treat this lightly, you will not only miss opportunity, you may break a chain of destiny for yourself and for those you influence. If you take this seriously, you will stand in a season of accelerated growth and leave a legacy that matters. This is a call to responsibility. The cost of inaction is real. The benefit of readiness is profound. This is not the end. I will soon release a follow-up that maps the invisible changes and patterns that govern this shift, the timing, the cues to watch for, and the exact moves that amplify breakthrough. Do not miss that message. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you receive it immediately. Missing the next message could break the chain of momentum you are building now. You are found by this message for a reason. Choose to prepare. Choose to rise. Choose to leave a legacy. The shift is coming, and your readiness will write the next chapter. Check my playlist for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.